Around 6:40 p.m. on May 19, 2024, officers from the Southeast Patrol Division in Los Angeles responded to a call about an assault with a deadly weapon in the 100 block of West Colden Avenue. Wilver Blanco, 42 years old, was reported to be carrying a knife and appeared to be under the influence of drugs while chasing an elderly man. Upon arrival, officers saw Blanco holding the knife and ordered him to drop the weapon, but Blanco ignored the commands and charged at them. The police fired shots, wounding Blanco. He was later transported to the hospital, where he was pronounced deceased. No officers or other civilians were injured. An 8.12-inch knife was recovered at the scene. On October 11, 2023, at 5 a.m., Thornton police attempted to stop a suspicious vehicle driven by Kyle Williamson, 33 years old. The suspect fled and fired at officers twice during the pursuit, then moved into Douglas County. The police continued the chase as Williamson drove recklessly and rammed patrol cars. The chase ended when Williamson intentionally crashed into a 7-11 store in Castle Rock. When surrounded by police, Williamson pointed a gun and refused to lower it, leading to him being shot multiple times but surviving. On the evening of Sunday, June 9, 2024, Pomona police responded to a report of Kenneth Gennardini, 60 years old, firing a gun after an argument with his wife at their home. After leaving the house, Gennardini crashed into another car at the intersection of Holt Ave and White Ave. When police arrived at the scene, they attempted to negotiate for Gennardini to surrender, but a shooting occurred when he drew his gun and pointed it at the officers. The SWAT team used an armored vehicle to safely extract an uninvolved driver from the scene. Gennardini was transported to the hospital and is expected to recover. After the incident, police provided medical first aid to the suspect. On May 12, 2024, in Brooklyn, New York, NYPD officers encountered Christian Emile, 33 years old, pointing a gun at another person. When ordered to drop the weapon, Emile ran. Despite being tased, he kept holding the gun and continued to flee. Police fired shots when Emile did not comply, resulting in his death. Emile, who had a lengthy criminal record, had a gun recovered at the scene. On the morning of June 15, 2024, in Fullerton, California, police responded to a 911 call about an armed man threatening others in the Imperial Y area. When officers arrived, they confronted Lorenzo Roger Hills III, 27 years old, who was holding 2 knives. Despite being repeatedly ordered to drop the weapons, Hills did not comply and charged at the officers, leading to a shooting. Subsequent investigation revealed that Hills had called 911 to report himself.
Stop!
On July 5, 2024, in Port Orange, Florida, police discovered a stolen vehicle being driven by Elijah Aman Ma D. Balk, 20 years old, from Daytona Beach.
Hands up!
When officers attempted to make an arrest, Balk reversed the car, knocking down an officer, leading to a pursuit. During the chase, Balk rammed several police vehicles before losing control and fleeing on foot, but was eventually captured.
We're going down Southland Court, coming up to the dead end.
He was charged with multiple offenses, including assaulting a police officer, motor vehicle theft, and resisting arrest, and was denied bail.
Sit down!
On June 28, 2024, in Georgetown, Ohio, Officer Rammel spotted Mary McElroy, who had an active warrant, walking along US 68. Knowing her violent history, Officer Rammel called for backup from the Brown County Sheriff's Office. When Officer Rammel informed her of the warrant, McElroy became combative, leading to a struggle. Officer Rammel and Deputy Hardy were able to subdue McElroy after a difficult altercation. During the scuffle, Officer Rammel sustained minor injuries and required medical treatment. McElroy was taken into custody on multiple charges, including resisting arrest and assaulting an officer. At approximately 11:45 a.m. on June 16, 2024, in Denver, Colorado, police were called to the area of Broadway and Lawrence Street regarding a report of Miguel Tapia, 52 years old, holding a knife and standing in the middle of the intersection. When officers ordered Tapia to drop the knife, he refused and approached them with the weapon. Both officers fired 12 shots, causing Tapia to collapse in the street. Despite immediate medical aid from officers and the prompt arrival of an ambulance, Tapia was pronounced dead at the scene. The recovered knife had a blade approximately 7 inches long. At around 9 p.m. on June 1, 2024, in Anderson, Indiana, police attempted to arrest LaTaurus Harrison, 44 years old, for violating house arrest and probation terms. Harrison refused to open his car door, and when officers saw him holding a handgun, Officer Brizendine fired 10 shots, hitting him 7 times. Harrison was pronounced dead shortly after arriving at the hospital due to multiple gunshot wounds, including one to the heart. The handgun was found in the car, and its origin is under investigation. On May 29, 2024, Alexandria Mason, 42 years old, was stopped by police in Jacksonville, Florida, due to an outstanding warrant.
You state your name. Are you Alexandra? So it seems that you got a warrant out of Citrus County.
You're not allowed to stop me.
I am. Don't you do it.
When ordered to stop, Mason fled on I-95. After a dramatic chase and a pit maneuver by the police, Mason was apprehended.
She just got on the 95 northbound from 16.
In her vehicle, police found a stolen firearm, controlled substances, and drug paraphernalia.
Hit complete.
A civilian vehicle sustained minor damage, and an officer suffered a severe hand injury. Mason was charged with fleeing, possession of a weapon, and other offenses. On May 10, 2024, Sierra's police officers arrived at the 3400 block of Dirt Court to handle a dispute involving Alexander Yepes Ortega, 22 years old, who was brandishing a knife.
Where did he go?
Ortega had an outstanding warrant related to serious charges and had barricaded himself inside a vehicle. When Ortega exited the car and lunged at Officer Krim with the knife, police fired shots. Ortega was pronounced dead at the scene, while Officer Krim sustained minor injuries, and no one else was harmed.
Hang on, I'm gonna go around. Keep holding here.
That's 1 or 2. Give me a better location for 20.
Keep your head. Got my...
On the evening of August 14, 2023, San Diego police officer Anthony Hare arrested a woman suspected of car theft and transported her to the Las Colinas detention facility. During the trip, Hare turned off his body camera and claimed the vehicle was experiencing a medical emergency. However, after stopping on a dark residential street, Hare called a colleague to request car keys. Both Hare and the woman denied any sexual contact in the vehicle, but the woman claimed Hare asked to see her after she was released from jail. A forensic examination of Hare's clothing found traces of semen. Officer Hare resigned on September 14th and declined to participate in a subsequent interview. On the morning of June 12, 2024, in Ogle County, Illinois, police responded to a 911 call about Jonathan Gunaris, 32 years old, threatening his family. The situation escalated, prompting a SWAT intervention. When they breached the residence, police were attacked and returned fire, leading to Gunaris being captured after sustaining injuries. He faces 12 criminal charges and could face up to 80 years in prison. His trial is scheduled for June 20th. On May 24, 2024, in Baltimore, police patrolling S. Hanover Street noticed a suspicious man and proceeded to question him.
Alright, well, as long as you ain't got a gun on you, then
When
we ain't got much
approached, the
trouble.
man,
Maybe you take
Anthony
back that because
Ferguson,
you ain't got the gun on you
39
today.
years old, drew a gun and pointed it at the officers. Despite being ordered to
you
drop the
probably got rid of it after
weapon,
we came by
Ferguson did
earlier.
not comply, leading to a
But-
shootout.
Pretty much probably check just in case. You're lucky you didn't hit any of them people.
Ferguson was shot and later died at the hospital, while the officer sustained non-life-threatening injuries.
Just look sharp so I can see you. It was a big enough gun. No, there. Whoa.
And then, the road rage begins. Or was it just one of the most reckless lane changes I've ever seen? The tension seemed to escalate with each passing second. Who taught them to drive like this? It was horrifying, and the more I thought about it, the more I shuddered. Dashboard cameras are truly a savior. Without them, no one would believe what happened. Meanwhile, Mazda owners are proud of the turn signal lever, something that has never been used since the car left the showroom. And then, the tragic ending for the driver. I guess he's done for now. By now, he must be used to taking the bus, an indisputable fact after this confrontation. Some drivers are truly stupid, unable to recognize a Commodore that stands out with its strange antennas and lights on its rear bumper. That is the symbol of blindness on the streets. It's a shame that passengers bear the brunt of the consequences. They weren't the ones who ran the red light, but they were hit in the face. The injustice in accidents like this is pitiful. And when everything seems to have reached its climax, a sturdier road pole appears than ever, stopping the pursuit and making us all wonder what else will happen. After seeing so many terrible drivers get away with it, I felt like my soul needed videos like this, stories of justice finally being served. It's hard to describe the joy of watching this scene. Every time you think to yourself, why aren't there any cops here to arrest this asshole, you can now see justice being served right before your eyes. Great. But there never seems to be enough police around as reckless drivers come within inches of the rear bumper, encroaching on lanes and committing countless other dangerous actions. How will things turn out? And then, what is people's first reaction when they encounter the karma police? Laughter rang out, right? But inside, they all knew they had just witnessed something special.
Oh, don't let me. You got that.
This is a feel-good version of DCOA that restores faith after all the other crazy things we've seen. A little hope in the dark night. It's unfortunate that our police force in America is not proactive, can't be bothered, or turns a blind eye to issues like this. But somewhere, justice is still served. A motorcyclist has an accident while staring at a girl's butt. This funny instant karma video was filmed in the Philippines. Sometimes, silly moments can also become valuable lessons. This crazy moment of anger was captured on Dashcam, showing a heated confrontation on the streets of London. Emotions explode, and we can only wait and see what happens next. It's hard to believe that anyone would drive like that. But the truth always surprises us, right?
It will be on YouTube.
Every time I go out on the road is truly a cardiovascular challenge. After watching it, I just want to drive more carefully. Watching these scenes makes me shiver and chill down my spine. This is a reminder for all of us. Everyone, please drive safely. Don't become the main character in these videos. This is not a title that everyone wants to achieve. 1 minute of neglect, a lifetime of regret. This saying is never truer than when you witness horrifying scenes on the streets. This is why everyone should have a dash cam. It is not only a tool of protection, but also evidence of the truth. A McLaren driver cuts the line and gets caught red-handed by the police. Instant karma strikes. Too many idiots running red lights these days. I wish people would be a bit more patient. It could save lives.
Donkeys that donkey all the time. You never
Yes,
know when they
it's great to see karma in action.
And then
They're annoying. That's
Instant
why I
karma
like,
strikes.
I don't invite donkeys. No way.
Nah. I only donkey if I know I'm gonna get away with it because the player is such a retard. What the fuck are you doing? There's a cop car right there. What the fuck are you doing?
And he's on the phone. Yes. Awesome. Oh, brilliant.
Watch a white truck jump in front of a police car to avoid getting caught at a red light. Instant justice. It's so satisfying to see things like this.
Sucker!
Karma doesn't waste time, right? A driver causes an accident, threatens the dash cam owner, and tries to flee. Perfect timing for the police to show up. Thank you for this golden moment.
There's no jobs, so you know these people have cultivated for over 30 years, and then all of a sudden you're like, no, I'm sorry, you're too old, go away. What's Bob Catter going to do otherwise? You can't go back into the army, even though he's pretty good at it.
Some drivers are just plain stupid. They can't spot an obvious police car with antennas and strange lights on the rear deck. I could see an unmarked police car half a mile away, stuck in the mud. Some people really deserve to get caught. As emotions explode, we witness the height of anger in the streets. On the road, oil and fuel spilled out like blood, making the road surface slippery. This scene was as if the ground itself was participating in this dangerous game. Accidents like this are inevitable if you continue to drive without being conscious. Distance, is it always visible before your eyes? No matter what others say, you have to admit undercover police cars, appearing out of nowhere and arresting violators, are truly a wonderful sight. My favorite moment in DCOA was when the idiots who caused our insurance prices to increase were arrested by the police for their stupid actions. I don't want to say that every instant karma video makes me happy, but the truth is every instant karma video makes me happy. These videos always give me a warm feeling, like a little humor in the middle of stressful days. Sometimes, drama can also make people feel warm. During that chaos, the tow truck driver still believed that there was no video recording of the incident. But little did he know that everything had been recorded, and what was to come would change the landscape. This scene was like a dramatic play as I saw old men screaming, "Where do you think you are going?" Those words are just a small piece in the chaotic picture. But the story doesn't stop there. My friend, with a strong belief that his Acura Integra could reach 170 mph, issued a challenge. Perhaps they bought the car from a mysterious dealer where anything is possible. As for driver DC, I can only hope that he is okay, both physically and mentally. If that bad thing happened to me near my destination, would I be able to sleep well? And what consequences will the Hilux driver face when his license plate is discovered? I was once hit from behind, and I have to say, that experience is so scary you can't forget it. A memory that haunts forever. When looking at the damage, the driver could only sigh, thinking this car is like my life, full of mistakes, and hurts his life story. Through the image of the car, becomes clearer than ever. Any normal person would have politely waved an apology when blocking the road, but this guy didn't. He still moves forward, despite everything falling apart around him. And the eternal question resounds, why did the chicken cross the road? Is it trying to escape the chaos, looking for a way out in the dark night of danger? But even just 100 meters from home, after picking up the car from the repair shop, the 4x4 driver encountered an unfortunate incident. The drama of this story seems to have no end,